And so moving into our meditative portion, we know that yogis for centuries have maintained that there is no other act that's as healing or as restorative or as rejuvenating as a meditation practice. It's truly the essence of ahimsa. But it's not so easy as we know when you first attempt it. It's like popping a pill to relax is much easier choice that many people take, because when you turn inward, you view the restlessness in your system, and that's not always a fun thing to do. So the practice that we're going to do today, though, is a kind of go-to practice that gets you into a meditation. It's a practice that is from the Ishta lineage. And it begins with what we've already done. In order to come into meditation, you always do a breath practice. You do some kind of a movement practice, which can quiet the mind and can iron out the kinks in the body. So the asana practice that we've just done, that helps you to hold your posture correctly and comfortably for a longer period of time in meditation. Because without that movement, you might find sitting still like really uncomfortable. You may have tightness in your hips or in your shoulders or in your neck or in your back. So that's why we do the asana before we meditate. And then we go into a special technique to be able to direct the mind into that meditative state. So that's what I'll be leading you through. So the first thing is to balance the right and left sides, right and left nostrils, the airflow of the right and left nostrils, which will also be balancing the left and right sides of the brain. And we then balance the whole nervous system. So we're going to use 3 different techniques today. We're going to begin with swaying, which we have done before, which if you've been with me before, you're probably familiar with. And then we're going to move on to alternate nostril breathing, or Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. And if the Nadi Shodhana Pranayama doesn't work for you for any reason, if you begin to feel agitated, then you need to honor the ahimsa, so the non-harm. And so then you just go back to the swaying rather than the Nadi Shodhana. And then we're then going to do something called Manduki Kriya. And when we're done with that, we'll wet the finger, put a drop of saliva on the third eye, and meditate for a few minutes. Okay? So also, during meditation, I'm going to give you using one of the 5 following mantras. And you just, during the meditation, while you're in the third eye, you repeat that word over and over again. So if you're feeling restless, you'll use Mung, M-A-N-G. If you're feeling anxious, you use Sham, S-H-A-M. If you're feeling sleepy or dull, you use Aim, A-I-M. If you're feeling like unstable, kind of unbalanced, you'll use Ram, R-A-M. Or if you've been kind of stuck in a pattern, that you can't get out of this thought over and over and over again, then you use Krim, K-R-I-M, okay? And I'll just show you the alternate nostril breathing, and then we'll begin. So in alternate nostril breathing, we'll be putting our second and third finger on the forehead. The thumb will go onto the bone just right below that bony part. And the 4th finger will go right on the left nostril. I'm not mirroring you here, right underneath that bony part, okay? And first, what we'll be doing is we'll be alternating the breath. Once you have this movement, I'll be saying, press into the left side, release the right as you breathe in through the right. Then you hold and you block both, and you exhale out through the left. You'll inhale through the left, hold, block both, and exhale through the right. So I'll be leading you through that. And again, if that seems a little daunting, then you just do your swaying, okay? Or do any variation that seems okay for you, if you have any problem with the hands or anything like that. And then the Manduki Kriya is so nice. You just feel as if there's a just puff of air moving up the nose to the third eye point. When it gets to the third eye point, you exhale and just allow the breath to come out both nostrils. And then in both nostrils to this point, like at the top of a triangle, and exhaling out. Okay, so before we start, are there any questions? All right, so let's find our comfortable seat. Again, we used all of that practice just so we could sit in meditation for a few minutes. So let's find that seat that allows us to really feel nice and stable and strong. And just gently close the eyes. Wag the jaw from side to side just to relax the jaw. You want to separate the back teeth. Allow the inside of the cheeks to feel soft. Allow the tongue to feel floaty. Soften the eyes. And then just turn the palms of the hands up, the thumb and index finger just to touch in like a little circle. And then inhale here. And as you exhale, just sway to the right. Inhale back to center. And sway to the left. Inhale back to center. And sway to the right. Inhale back to center. And sway to the left. Inhale back to center. And as you sway to the right, imagine a golden sun. And as you come back to center and sway to the left, imagine that golden sun turning darker into night. Back to the center. Imagining that golden sun coming up again. As you move to center and move to the left, just watching that golden sun getting darker and darker. Coming back to center. Just a few more, just swaying to the right. Golden sun. Swaying to the left. Nighttime comes. On your own. And just having the sway begin to get a little bit softer. You're not going to the right as much. You're not going to the left as much. It's kind of like a metronome that just begins to slow down. That's appropriate time when you're slowing down. You come back to center. If it's okay for you, placing your second and third finger right onto the forehead, your thumb right below the bony part of the nose on the right. I'm not mirroring you, so use your right hand. And the fourth finger is on the left, so the fourth finger and the thumb. And just hold it softly for a moment, just letting the flow of air pass through both nostrils. And then just press the thumb into the nostril as you inhale through the left. Release the left finger, fourth finger. Hold and block both, so squeeze the nostrils. Release the thumb and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Hold, block both. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Hold, block both. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Hold, block both. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Hold, block both. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Hold, block both. Exhale through the left. Doing 2 more rounds on your own. The next time that you breathe out through the right, release the backs of the palm onto your lap, thumb and index finger to touch. Then just imagine the air just entering both nostrils very gently and just coming to that third eye point on the inhale. And on the exhale from that third eye point, just let the air release, just barely going out through the nostrils, just easy, gentle, soft. Again, inhale through both nostrils up to that third eye point. Exhale from the third eye point right to the end of the nostril. Just doing that a few more times. No effort. Just let it happen. And then just place a drop of saliva onto your finger, placing it onto the third eye, and then placing the hand down and feeling that cool, wet spot and allow it to move in to the third eye. And we'll sit in meditation in quiet for 3 minutes. Remembering, if you're restless, use Mung. If you're anxious, use Sham. If you're sleepy, use Ayim. Unstable, use Ram. To break out of a pattern, use Krim. Making sure that the jaw is relaxed, the teeth are separated, the tongue floats, the roof of the mouth is soft, the eyes are soft. Very slowly, bringing the tongue to the roof of the mouth and sliding the tongue along to the gum right and back of the front teeth, and bringing the palms together and just rubbing the fingertips ever so lightly. And separating the hands an inch and feeling the heat between the hands. Separating a little bit more and feeling the radiance behind the heat. And then as you separate more, you feel that puffy feeling that feels like you can shape the air. And then placing the palms over the eyes, lifting the chin so that all of that heat and radiance and magnetism can flow into and behind the eyes, into the trillions of cells in the brain, just rejuvenating the brain, healing. And then slowly bringing the palms together right at the forehead. Om Namah Shivaya. And then slowly drag the hands down the face, around the back of the neck, around to the throat, down to the thymus, our healing center. Om Ram 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 Ramaya Namaha, our healing mantra. And then stopping at the heart and wishing Gwendolyn the most happy 75th birthday today. And continuing down to the solar plexus, down to the belly, just drawing the energy down and placing the hands onto the thighs and just rubbing the thighs back and forth, circling the knees, and just stamping the feet to get that energy down. Drawing the palms together at the heart center, bowing the head all the way down to seal in this sacred practice. And then slowly raising the head and bowing the head to the heart, to the only true teacher, to the teacher that lies within each and every one of us. Ariom Om Tat Sat. Namaste.